All right, forget the sci-fi movies for a second. And honestly, forget those friendly little robots designed to fold your laundry or hand you a morning cup of coffee. Today, we're looking at a massive, highly realistic shift in modern warfare that is happening right in our own backyard. American startups and global superpowers are in an active, aggressive race to put armed humanoid robots on the battlefield and on our factory floors. This isn't some theoretical concept for the next century. It's happening right now, completely reshaping the rules of engagement. So let's dive right into this explainer and see what the future actually looks like. The ambition here is incredibly transparent. Just listen to this direct quote from Sanka Pathak, the CEO of an American startup called Foundation Future Industries. When he was asked about their humanoid robot, the Phantom MK1, he didn't even try to dodge the question. He flat out stated they are exploring kinetic things. Now, if you know defense industry speak, kinetic is basically the polite, bureaucratic word for lethal weapon systems. And the timeline isn't decades away. They're hinting at unveiling these capabilities in a matter of months. What's even more staggering is their claim that this Phantom MK1 humanoid has already been tested alongside Ukrainian forces, essentially treating that conflict as a live testing ground for semi-autonomous warfare.
Section 1. The demand for legs over wheels.
So to really understand why this is happening so fast, we need to look at why the US military is shifting its focus from traditional wheels and tracks directly over to robotic legs. Think about it. A walking humanoid can maneuver through complex, destroyed urban environments where a standard drone or a wheeled vehicle is just going to get stuck. We're talking about climbing over heavy rubble, walking up standard staircases, and clearing doorways in collapsed buildings. The ultimate bet here is terrain dominance. It's about using humanoids to take the place of human soldiers in fatal choke points, which could potentially save human lives in the absolute most dangerous combat scenarios.
And this isn't just some sudden startup fantasy. The Pentagon has been quietly funding militarized humanoid capabilities for over a decade now. Just look at the progression. Back in 2012, DARPA, the Pentagon's Advanced Research Division, was already running these massive humanoid robotics contests. Fast forward to 2024, and the Army is actively running a program called X-Tech Humanoids, which literally funds the development of, and I'm quoting their actual language here, militarized humanoid capabilities. So Foundation Future Industries isn't just inventing this demand out of thin air, right? They're simply one of the first companies aggressively targeting a very real, very lucrative, and long-established government demand.
Section 2. Tracing the millions.
However, before we buy entirely into the massive hype surrounding this specific company, we do need to impartially examine the explosive claims made on national television regarding their funding. When you actually break down that heavily promoted $24 million Pentagon contract, you see that Foundation, which was only just founded in 2024, acquired another company called Boardwalk Robotics. The government money actually stems from 2 pre-existing inherited contracts through Boardwalk, along with 3 from a genuinely respected Florida research nonprofit called IHMC. So while the pedigree is absolutely real, presenting it as newly secured, independent funding won directly by this brand new startup is, well, maybe a bit generous.
The company's leadership structure has also generated some massive headlines, primarily because it features Eric Trump as its chief strategy advisor. He views the combination of AI autonomy and military applications as this limitless frontier for the industry. On a recent business broadcast, he stated, "I think it's a very beautiful thing, a robot that high-fives you and also potentially carries a weapon system. It definitely highlights a strategic effort to blend political and business influence to push this technology forward."
Section 3. The lab versus the battlefield.
Okay, let's step away from the marketing buzz for a second and check in with actual robotics experts to see exactly how close we really are to a robot super soldier. Turns out, there are massive, unsolved hurdles in the field right now. Sure, humanoids have definitely leveled up. They can do parkour and kung fu and highly controlled, beautifully edited lab demos. But the moment you drop them into an unfamiliar environment, everything gets incredibly complicated. Experts at IHMC note that perception and navigation on new ground often require complete retraining, and physical manipulation, like simply reliably grabbing and handling a gun, remains one of the absolute most difficult unsolved problems in the entire robotics field today.
To put a hard number on those challenges, we can turn to MIT robotics legend Rodney Brooks, who throws some serious cold water on the startup's aggressive timeline. He estimates it's going to take more than a decade just to make humanoids reliable in complex, unfamiliar settings like rubble and blocked doors. And even after you nail a solid lab demo, he says it takes at least 10 more years before actual initial deployment. So realistically, we are looking at a 20-year horizon before these autonomous machines are truly functioning in active, unpredictable war zones.
Section 4. The global arms and tech race.
Now, while the US is busy debating the timeline and the ethics of robot soldiers, we have to zoom out and see what's happening globally, specifically in China, because the scale there is just breathtaking. Just recently in Shenzhen, a company called Engine AI hosted a public combat tournament called the Ultimate Robot Knockout Legend. They literally had humanoids named T-800s fighting each other. In one match, a robot had its entire head knocked off, completely losing its head-mounted sensors. Yet incredibly, its torso systems just kept absorbing hits and throwing punches. The CEO openly admitted this wasn't just for entertainment. It was a brutal but highly effective method for rapid R&D stress testing on mechanical balance and millisecond-level decision-making.
And the manufacturing scale in China is shifting into absolute overdrive. EV makers like XPeng are already integrating humanoids into their production plans. To put that into perspective, Morgan Stanley analysts are projecting up to 50,000 humanoid units shipping from China in 2026, doubling to 100,000 units by 2027. We are moving so far past the prototype phase here, we are witnessing the birth of a massive, scalable, global industry designed for commercial, industrial, and potentially security applications.
Section 5. The Labor Collision.
But this rapid acceleration isn't just about the future of warfare, it is actively colliding with the human workforce right now, and it's creating absolute chaos. Take a look at this staggering number, $134 million. That is the estimated cost of a massive strike by 40,000 unionized auto workers at Hyundai in South Korea. After Hyundai unveiled the new Atlas robot, which is a machine with joints that swivel a full 360 degrees and costs roughly $130,000, the workers collectively panicked over job security. They initiated the car industry's first-ever factory stoppage over humanoid robots.
The workers laid out some unprecedented demands: fixed salaries, raising the retirement age, and specific AI-related job guarantees. This brilliantly illustrates a really vital point. While we all obsess over the sci-fi implications of armed robots in a war zone, the first true battlefield for humanoid robots is actually the global factory floor. The question of whether organized labor can push back against automated humanoids isn't a future problem. It's being tested right this very second.
Section 6. Precision or panic. So, as we wrap up this explainer, we are caught perfectly between the terrifying promise of lethal automation and the humbling reality of today's tech. There's a really stark contrast happening right now. On one hand, you have startups promising armed soldiers in a matter of months. But on the other hand, the actual celebrated engineering milestone for the next Phantom MK1 robot is simply basic waterproofing, like just making sure the robot can survive the rain. Furthermore, many of those viral 2024 humanoid videos showcasing robots serving drinks, they turned out to simply be humans teleoperating marionettes off camera. There is still a massive gap between the sleek marketing and the raw engineering.
It all leads us to this massive ethical minefield. The creators of these defense robots argue their ultimate goal is precision warfare, using robots to reduce collateral damage and save human lives by making combat incredibly exact. But critics worry about the reliability of the software and the profound danger of removing human judgment from the use of lethal force. It forces us to ask, is this the ultimate innovation in global security, or are we eagerly sprinting toward an uncontrollable Terminator scenario? It's a debate that is absolutely going to define the next 2 decades of our lives.
If you want to keep exploring how this incredible tech is reshaping our world, make sure to like this explainer, leave a comment below with your thoughts on armed humanoids, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.